What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Just Saying. Today we have a very, very handsome man joining us, and today we will be talking about... We have Michael here with us, who is from LA. I mean, we didn't want to do this episode without someone from the community. We don't want to misrepresent anyone, so we invited Michael. Very, very gorgeous 34-year-old man. Single too. Michael, you're in the community.
I am in the LGBTQ+.
You are
plus.
You sound really straight when you're asking the question.
Okay,
you're in the community, right?
You are in the community.
Yes, I'm a big old gay.
How long have you?
Right, like all my life is the right answer. I came out to my parents when I was 23, so only a couple years. No.
How do you come out to your parents?
So my mom and I are really close. I took her on a weekend getaway. I said it's going to be a surprise birthday present for you. It wasn't. And she doesn't drink, so I got her as drunk as I could, and I told her at dinner, and she just wept and wept and wept. And she's the one who told my dad and my brother. That was my big coming out. It was the most stressful night of my life. Yeah.
But are you glad to get it off your chest?
Oh my God, yeah. I was dating somebody long term at that point, and you know, parents, religion, everything was going this way, and my personal life and who I was becoming was going this way, and it just was so stressful to keep up two lies, really. Yeah.
Did you expect the reaction from your family?
Yeah, I did. I grew up in Tennessee, so the buckle of the Bible Belt. My brother's a minister. Religion is important in our family. Growing up, it's black and white world. You're either right, you're wrong. I had to come to terms with, okay, everything I know or been taught about my lifestyle is wrong. If I lose family, if I lose friends, am I okay with that? And at that point in my life, which was at college, almost grad school, I had been adopted by a really strong gay community in Knoxville. And you know, I had that sense of support. And so it's like, regardless how they react, like, I'm gonna be fine.
So you then moved to LA.
Grew up in Tennessee, worked in Madison, Wisconsin. Which have you been?
No.
Don't go. It's awful.
I thought you were gonna like, oh my God, so beautiful.
So work brought me to LA, and I just met the coolest, most beautiful, inside and out people. LA welcomed me with open arms. I hugged back, and so West Hollywood. Yes, not just LA, West Hollywood. And I fell in love with it. I just fell into that town and the people. I mean, that's still where my heart is to this day.
What's the main difference? So I mean, you moved to Singapore like how long ago?
Next week will be my year anniversry.
Wow!
Yeah.
Congratulations!
Thanks.
It was a fun year, no?
What a year to move
I
to
know.
Singapore.
Do you have like friends here to bring you around at least?
I have worked hard to meet a lot of people. So yes, I have established friendships. Muna being one.
You have us now.
Yes.
You can ask me out any day.
Oh my God, look at you!
Yeah, no, by curious, we'll go on a date.
Some man wants to go out with me. I'll go out with you.
I mean, in California in general, they are pretty open. So you can get married, you can adopt. How does that compare with Singapore?
It's not so in your face, the discrimination, the marginalization, or even the hate. But I mean, it's there just on the news, the transgender. And before that stall at La Passade, the guy freaked out over a flag. Not that doesn't happen in the States. I mean, it does. Hate's everywhere. But it's just, you have to confront the hate and the marginalization and the fact that, you know, you could spend 2 years in jail, you can't adopt, you can't get married, so it's like you're not even a full citizen. I mean, that's got to be hard.
Yeah, for the local community.
Yeah. For me, I mean, I haven't been inconvenienced. I think the biggest thing that I've noticed, just the hesitation when you're out in public, like West Hollywood, you know, the queerer the better. Everyone's out, everyone's gay. Whether you're in heels, a wig, you know, you're fine, you're home. Here, it's like you gotta watch your surroundings.
Yeah, I never see couples kiss here, but I always see
I do.
And,
but you know where? At Sentosa Cove. That's where they are. Whenever I'm at W Hotel, then like you have breakfast, then you see like two guys sitting, and they're like holding hands.
Well, I mean, and that's what's so great about hotels like the W, which are super supportive. They just did that partnership with Andy's.
Oh, the cute gay.
Yeah.
Can you believe that someone actually posted that photo of like the gay couple, and they were like,
they were flaming them.
Yeah, they were.
I thought that was so uncalled for. Like,
You know what I'm super happy about? Like immediately after they started getting backlash for that, right? I tried to book W Hotel, and then I realized that it was booked out till January. This was like in November. So people have been so annoyed at like the criticism that they like reacted the other way. That's why maybe when I went, there were so many gay guys.
What are some like things that you wish Singapore could change? The contrast between like LA and here.
So I do want to be like cautious when I say all the changes that you guys should make. Who am I to say that? But from an individual, from a human, from a gay male, yeah, like any community who restricts, who says I can't adopt, I can't get married. I mean, even if I was married, my husband couldn't come here. Like that's ridiculous. Singapore tries to bring in talent, yet deny us the idea that you won't recognize a marriage. Like that you can't have it this way, and yet not like with all of the things that have to come with it.
So people say like there's already like these like gay people who live together in Singapore, and they're like, why do you need to get married, right? So this is where it becomes very important. So I actually know a gay couple, they're in their 50s now, and they've been staying together for about 30 years. Suddenly one of them had a stroke.
Oh, and she
And
can't be recognized. He or she can't be recognized.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
So she can't sign over the power of attorney. So basically, right, Dio is very confused.
No,
Let me
I'm understanding it. What the f- My face is just like that. I was like, where is this story going?
It's just
Like,
his
yeah.
face.
So if they were married, one half of the couple will be able to like make decisions over her treatment, over her care, she'd be able to access her CPF to take care of her. But now essentially she's like by herself. She can't get any subsidies for her partner. She can't make any decisions regarding her partner's health. Nothing. And they've been together for 30 years. And then I was telling someone that day, and that person said that never happens. And I was like, no, it happens.
Yeah.
It's real. It's happening.
Sure.
It's been happening for like
And
years.
there's probably more.
It's just that
who are
people
going
choose
through it.
to look away, like sorry, too bad.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
see it. It's very frustrating.
Have you tried not being gay? I don't know.
As a straight male, I would
like,
like to
yes,
know.
actually.
Funny.
No, maybe one day, like, you know, a lot of people are saying this and that about you, and you're like,
I see,
okay,
I see.
you know what, maybe I'm gonna try to change.
Yeah.
I mean, have you tried being gay?
Okay, I do look at men and find them attractive.
Like beauty's beauty, right? Like these women are beautiful.
Yeah.
Do I want? I mean, maybe impregnate them because I think we had gorgeous women. But like, I mean, gorgeous children. But I told you I'm single. It's been a while. But so I mean, tried to be straight. I tried to conform to that straight lifestyle because I thought that was my only option. I've never had sex with a woman, so no, haven't tried in that aspect. And there,
Did you ever have a girlfriend or something?
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
I mean, not like a long one,
Yeah.
no, or one that I ever thought I'd like marry. There was never a seriousness to it, but yeah, that's because that's what you do, right?
Did she know like she was a pest?
yeah.
No, really?
Yeah. There was a point in college where she was gorgeous. She was everything that I should have wanted in a wife. It just was like nothing there. I just like could not do it. We'd get drunk, we'd fool around. There was no hope for me to be a straight man. No, I mean, and nor do I want there to be. Like, gays are really f***ing fun.
I also think it's harder for you to be open in Singapore because of your skin color though. Singaporeans will be like, "Ayah, this angmo, gay, walan." You know, they will say these kind of things.
Sure. What helps is that I'm an arrogant American. And I'm also 6'2", or 187 centimeters. So intimidation is not something that I have to feel or confronted with. If you want to shout profanities at me, which has yet to happen, but I'm not gonna be fazed by that.
Yeah.
And
Actually,
so
I feel like he will have it easier compared to local.
I mean, it's not like
communities.
it's not like
Sure.
a race of who has it worse, right? But I feel like sometimes we are more tolerant when
It's a
is-
Westerner.
It's okay. So I see a lot of foreigners who dress in a very sexy way, but if
you.
if an Asian. Like imagine if a local star was performing and acting like Cardi B, like everyone would go to like Cardi B's performance at F1 and be like, yeah, sexy, work it.
Yeah.
Imagine if like
Joanna paid it.
Joanna paid it,
Yeah.
like it would not be okay. Or like I do it, but I get a lot of criticism. But you know what I mean? Like
It's really different.
Yeah,
from
it's very
someone in the
different.
local.
But they also will say things like, "Why are you coming to our country and trying to push your agenda?"
Actually,
like
they
that's
said that
different though.
before. There was a gay local politician, and then a local politician said he was trying to push the gay agenda, but it was about another local.
I mean, when has human rights ever been a geographical agenda? This is a
Worldwide.
message that has to come everywhere.
Yeah, but it's so hard to like overcome that. I feel like the conservative agenda. Not saying that it's like a terrible thing, because like religion did serve the community. It's just like conflicting views at this point. So how do you like get across that barrier?
Actually, I feel like now the Christian views, because I do have a lot of Christian gay friends, they still practice their religion, and I mean like it's still very small, but there is a church, the FCC church, which like allows them to feel welcome in that church, because like, you know, sometimes like for them religion is like a straw of hope, right? So like them being gay, it's quite sad because they have to let it go because it doesn't, I mean obviously the religion looks down on them, and like there's this thing called like conversion therapy.
Which I think is like so like Like, okay, let me bring religion into place, right? I mean, all religions will say, hey, you shouldn't judge anyone, we should all accept this, accept that. But when it goes down, and then you're not allowed in the church, or you're not allowed in the mosque, or whatever it is, right? Which I think is like, is straight up bullshit. I'm so sorry.
I think, right, like people will definitely have differences in views because of their upbringing, because of their beliefs. And yeah, for the religious conservative community, it's very hard to change their mind, especially like the older generation.
Yeah.
And that's how they live, and that's what they were told was wrong, and they're gonna stick by it. Kind of like how we think like, okay, this is wrong, this is right, this is what we're gonna
Even
stick by.
with the
We
young
believe
people
so.
that I've met also, like one of my really close friends got close to this girl, and after 3 years of friendship, this girl was like, you know, your lifestyle is wrong and you should change. And then she was like, where's this coming from? We've been friends for 3 years and like now you're telling me I should be straight.
Yeah, I have friends in our age range
Yeah.
also who are saying like, okay, this is wrong, you shouldn't live this way.
Yeah.
You know, you are allowed to have like different views, but you have no right to impose your beliefs on
Absolutely.
anyone wherever you stand on the spectrum.
It sounds like tolerance.
I don't think it's tolerant. If you want to lead a life a different way than I do, then I'm just like, okay, sure, like you do you, I do me. This is what I believe. We accept that we have different views. If you want to understand, don't be so quick to say like you are wrong. Have a conversation, talk about it,
Or,
you know,
or
from
even
where we
say
are
that
now.
I'm wrong.
Yeah.
You are
Yeah.
allowed to think that me being gay is wrong.
Okay.
It doesn't affect me, right? Like, I mean, we got to work past that. But
Yeah.
you thinking I'm wrong, you don't get to take away from my ability to lead a life.
No one chooses to be gay. It's it just happens. Like, how did you realize that?
I was always a gay little boy. But again, like going back to like roots, I didn't even know to identify it as gay or like call it gay. I don't know. Can you be turned on as like a little boy? I don't know. Probably. You know what? We'll just say caught my attention.
Like crushes,
Prepubescent, like attraction.
Yeah.
So yeah, like after I was educated by the World Wide Web and one of my good friends introduced me to porn, you know, I was like, oh,
okay.
men can do that. That's cool.
I
And
like
so
it.
yeah.
Like in your household, there was like no mention of like being gay or like liking some of the same sex because you guys were like super religious.
I mean, my
the
mom
only way to have
still
it
whispers like sex. Like she can't. yeah. So like that's everything I learned about sex either came from the internet or my sister-in-law.
Oh my god.
I mean, and then real life experience.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any stereotypes about gay people? As in like before you understood?
No, because I grew up with a lot of gay men around me. So like my mom, because all her friends are gay, so I just love gay
Can't say
men.
that
It's just, I mean, like, just these questions are so funny to me. Like, is this like an underground community? Like, do you not interact with gay people every day?
I never really got a chance to be around them until I was like 20, 21,
I know, I
where I was living with them because they were my
Yeah.
colleagues.
And
Took
you're
me
like, what's
quite
this pair of heels in your closet?
No, it took me like quite a while to get used to it because they are bringing home like men, and then like I can see them trying to court them to get them up into the room, right? I'm just watching for a while, like, okay, how does this go?
But like, why did that take you a while to get used to it?
Because I never lived with them before.
Yeah.
I kept telling myself that okay, I mean it's similar to
Yeah.
my life where I'm courting a girl.
Well,
It's
it is the same. So like, if you were living with all straight dudes and they brought a girl home,
Yeah.
would you have even thought twice about it?
Yeah. No.
No.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, okay,
I
I'm
guess
yeah, there's
it's hard
something
to
like
understand a
yeah.
very different dynamic.
But what is being a girl
It-
anyway?
it actually,
Like-
I think it is for Singaporeans because right, someone actually sent me like the MOE sex guidelines. Okay, you probably only start sex education at like primary 5. They are taught positive mainstream relationships, and there is Singapore code for heterosexual. So from the time you are 10, boy, girl, marry, children, then they grow up and they're like, wait, you mean boy, and some of them choose not to have kids, like
Yeah, well, extend
Yeah,
the
that's why
definition of
it's
a family, right? Like,
Yeah.
boy,
Yeah.
adopt, family.
we need to offer like these alternatives because
Oh, I mean,
Oh
yeah,
my god, there's gonna
I-
be such a big revolt. I can really sense it. If like there was a change, like with the whole 3 students protesting outside MOE, there was like the comment section.
Yeah, oh my god.
Oh my god, I just like read. I'm just like, oh my god, this is the state of my country.
I mean, but to be fair, right, I'm still not in favor of like public assembly.
yeah,
Because
same.
I mean, I approve of the message, which is
Yeah.
like, yes, you know, trans rights and human rights, but I don't approve of the act
Yeah.
of public.
But it's more
protest.
like the reaction that it
yeah, that was shocking.
So how else do you
Yeah.
expect change?
Not
Through civil
public.
conversation?
So that
That's
is
not gonna
actually
happen.
how it's been
Yeah.
happening. So we can't say like Singapore's laws haven't evolved. That's not true. So for example, you know, we had a very draconian view of suicide, where suicide was illegal. And then this year, they decriminalized it. So
Yeah.
I know it's a small
Yeah.
step, but the thing is, society does progress. And I feel
Sure.
like they try to keep a finger on the pulse. And I feel like the attitude attitude towards homosexuality will change, but I don't think public protest is the way to do so.
Yeah, I think it's about being ready for the conversation, and I feel like we are, but it's the way these conversations are being held. That's why like now it's the question of like how do we hold difficult conversations?
We are
And
holding a difficult conversation
right now.
Yeah.
But I understand like your feelings towards protest, because I think it is very much based on the kind of society you live in, and like in Singapore it's not gonna fly. It's gonna be too loud, too messy for even people to want to understand what the message is. So I'm just gonna be like, protest, like it's illegal.
They shut
blah,
it
blah,
down
blah.
in
Yeah, they shut it
media.
down. They don't even see the core of the message.
How I see a protest is like a launch campaign, dude. Like
Marketing genius.
Yeah, it's
You
just,
dropped.
it's just good marketing. You do a protest, it sparks conversation, media is gonna cover it. Yes, you can't control what people are talking about, but there are people like us, right?
Yes, but the people who support LGBTQ rights are still going to support it. But what it's going to do is it's going to drive the people who don't support LGBTQ rights
That's
as
true,
is
because
further away, because you look more radical. Their image of like trans rights activists are not a bunch of people sitting down having this conversation, but seeing a bunch of police arrest someone who's like holding a sign outside a government building, then that doesn't help the other side. And then I think that we see a bigger and
More
bigger
wedge.
divide. Yeah.
But it still sparks a conversation, right? Like from a politician's perspective, I'm going to talk about things and vote on things that get me elected. What's the conversation? If the conversation isn't about LGBTQ, how do we ever expect it to change? So like that's why I think protest, however it is, like it should be loud, because at the end of the day, we are not equal here. Like how else do we get that conversation started in a meaningful way? And it's not at the dinner table, it's here. And like why did you guys even, like why is this a topic today?
Okay, thank you. We have come to the end of this episode. Thank you so much, Michael, for joining
Thanks
us.
for having me.
Michael.
If you guys have anything you guys would like to talk about, let us know in the comment section below. If not, we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.